Hello, my name is Salim Hoy. I'm a standards officer at the Belize Bureau of Standards, and every year the Belize Bureau of Standards celebrates World Standards Day. This year, on October 14, 2020, we celebrated with the theme given Protecting the Planet with Standards. Now, this focuses on having a more efficient and effective means by which the human race uses Earth's resources while limiting the negative impacts. Now, what we did in order to celebrate this theme was that we created a contest so that we could have participants from ages 18 to 29 participate. As you can see, this was one of the posters that we used in order to advertise through our social media, through Facebook. We also announced it through our website, Belize Bureau of Standards. And now, at this moment, with the pandemic, it has changed the way we traditionally worked, the way we do things face to face, and the way we organize events. And so, with the new normal, the Bureau sees it fit to keep its staff safe, its clients, its partners, and anyone it deals with safe. So, we have now entered the realm of technology. The way in which we did our contest was fully virtual. We used a series of tools which were able to interlink with each other from the registration, from the start to the end, all the way up to the ceremony. So we had used one of these tools in order to create, what, as you can see here, a sign-up sheet in which the applicants would be able to sign up and give us their information. And also, apart from giving us their information, as you can see here, name, email, they would be able to give us a profile picture, phone number in which we could reach them, the age, to make sure that they follow the criteria, their addresses, so that we have a place in which we can send the prizes. And then we had the contest rules, which they could read, the design of the poster, the specifications, the poster format, who the judges will be, the dates of submission, and the grading style in which the poster would be graded. So this is the first step we made, so that the interested applicants can sign up. From here, they would go ahead to contact us by phone or by our Facebook, or by email. So everything was done virtually. Everything was done virtually, even to the point where they had to send in their poster. We did not require a physical poster. What we did was we created a Dropbox folder in which it was named WSD 2020, and for now you can see that we only have the winners here, but just for your knowledge, this is where they would put in their posters, picture and video, so you could see that everything was interlinked, everything was done virtually. Now what we asked them for their now what we asked for their poster was that, one, that they either drew or paint using natural elements of the earth as well, to be able to bring out the theme Protecting the Planet with Standards. So what they would do they would create their art piece, and from there they would take a clear picture, so that we could use on our social media sites, and then they would display their poster by videoing it and explaining to us what is it that it meant, how did it match the theme Protecting the Planet with Standards, and describe it to us, so that then the judges can sit down, open a Dropbox, go through it, and virtually using Teams, we sat down to screen share our screens, listen to the videos, look at the pictures, and from there judge who would be the winners. From there, the virtual ceremony would also be done on Teams, which had enough features to be able to hold more than 20 guests that were present at the at the ceremony. We had from sponsors, government officials, and various other invited special guests which attended the virtual ceremony to experience what World Standards Day is about and how these young individuals, very talented, would be able to show from their research what they've learned and how they created this team through a painting or a drawing or a painting drawing and using natural elements of the earth. Now with that said, the goal of the competition was really to, and the main reason why we made it a contest was that we wanted to reach out to young individuals that may not know what standards are, never heard of it, but through this contest, through their research, they would be able to educate themselves. They would be able to also know what the Belize Bureau of Standards is, the Bureau's mandates, the various ways in which the Bureau plays a huge role in the country of Belize by developing standards, which are guidelines in which we use in our everyday lives. We have standards everywhere. We live it everywhere. If you go to a hospital, there are proper procedures that standards set forth. There's guidelines, and so whenever a doctor performs a procedure, is done everywhere in the world, where they have to follow a proper way of diagnosing a person before telling them what kind of medicine they need to take, or is there need to be take an operation or stuff. So it's not guesswork. These are guidelines that guide them in order to be able to know what's the next step to properly diagnose and so forth. So that's just an example out of the many examples in which standards help create an unchaotic world. So without standards, we'd have planes flying out of the sky and all types of chaos. So our goal ultimately was for the public and the participants to be able to understand how important standards are, and also that there is a Belize Bureau of Standards in the country in which we develop these standards for industries that need to better their processes, their products, especially when they're promoting to the Belizean public and later on they want to export. So these guidelines that they have to follow. It makes their products safer, especially for the consumers. It follows guidelines, international guidelines, and the more you integrate standards in your products, in your services, the better your services will be. Now, as the question asks, how many had participated, we had 14 participants, and after grading, we came to four that were really good. But as you can see here, just let me bring it up, the prizes we had only for first, second, and third place, and we had very good donations from our various sponsors, which I'll be calling out in a while, because we're very grateful. We had so many contributions that we were able to bundle the prizes, which was a better incentive for people to sign up for this contest. And so, as you can see, our first prize, we had a tablet from GSCOM, a gift hamper from AAA Imports, $200 savings account certificate from Atlantic Bank Limited, $100 gift card certificate from Mirab. The second prize was a $200 savings account certificate from Atlantic Bank Limited, a gift hamper from Santiago Castillo Limited, a gift hamper from Angelus Press Limited, and $75 gift certificate from James Brodis and Company Limited. The third prize was a $100 gift certificate from Quartz Belize, a gift hamper from AAA Imports, and a clock from Benny's. So we'd like to again thank our sponsors for graciously contributing for this contest and seeing the importance of this contest for the education and the promotion, especially after all is said and done. And it shows that our sponsors understand the importance of standards. So we do thank them again for contributing. And so our contestants that had won, and I'll be showing you, and I'll start from our third place winner, Jovel Chak. Okay, this was his World Standards Day 2020 poster. So he was the one who came in third place. And as you had seen, the way in which we went about grading each poster was that 1 points went for, when we say protecting the planet with standards, how much does the poster show that it matches with the theme, how much of the theme was displayed through the poster. So that was 40 points. Creativity was 20 points, and that was by using drawing or painting, using natural elements of the earth, how creative that was done. Impact was just 20 points, which signified that if you look at the drawing and you hear the explanation of the contestant, did it match? Can you feel it? Does that theme really resonate with each other? And the relevance was 20 points, and that that relevance was with the year 2020, the very strange year 2020, in which we are all experiencing this pandemic, and it has brought huge change. While we are sad that it has brought much trouble, we are also seeing innovation, and it is pushing us to new territories in which we must use technology. We can think more green, so it is really pushing us. And so this is what the points came up with. This is how we graded each poster. So as you can see, this was third place winner's poster, and this is just to show in brief, if we did not have any kind of standards that provides us proper guidelines in which we can follow procedures, make our products better, this is exactly how our world would look: in chaos, pollution, all kind of unhealthy things would happen. However, once we follow these standards, they provide us an instruction manual in order our beautiful planet to look like this, that there is no chaos. It is safe for our environment, for us humans, for our atmosphere, and so forth. Now, second place winner, and I'll just bring that up again. Our second place winner was Carlos Balona, and this was his poster, Protecting the Planet with Standards. And he basically explained the same thing, that this is the world we're living in now, and if we know about standards, we'd be looking out for it in order to get that instruction manual to be able to use it to effectively bring us from here and move us to here. And this hand represents us, which means that we can change lives by using standards to bring us up here. And so that was the second prize winner. Now the first place winner was Miss Shahira Young, and this was her artwork. And as you can see, there are various things in which displayed standards in here. Various standards: going green, and if we all commit and help each other doing it hand by hand, following proper guidelines, this is the beautiful world we can live in. And she also went to further remind us that don't forget to wear your mask, right? It's 2020, and we have to help each other by following the rules. The standards are set forward such as wearing proper mask, following procedures like washing your hands, how to wash your hands, and so forth. So there's standards for all of this. Standards are made to protect us, and therefore it showed through these posters that people that did not know about standards now know about standards, and now they'll be looking out for it. And by doing our virtual ceremony, inviting all our guests and stuff, they were able to pass a message for us. And so now we have others being knowledgeable of it and are able to get that message for us very beautifully, as you can see here. So that was our World Standards Day, our contest. So this is just a clipping, as you can see here, of what happened that day during the virtual ceremony. And it was a beautiful experience and something new for the Bureau to do virtually, from start to finish, from using JotForm to create a sign-up sheet, to be able to promote online, to be able to receive all their information, to be notified when they put their posters, picture and video in the Dropbox, so that we could receive, do follow-up by looking at that Dropbox folder and seeing who hasn't put in their piece. So everything was done very easily. Really not a lot of money used to promote, except for the Facebook boost, which was about 10 US, and that's about the total we spent on this contest. Apart from that, everything was done free, virtual. We interlinked, and it was very efficient, very effective. As you can see here, the contestants were able to display their posters and explain it again, and we were able to record all of this while our guests watched and listened along with us. And when all is said and done, we had our comments, and it's very good to sit back and just see the achievement that one has done, especially walking in unknown territory and trying something new apart from the traditional way we do things. So we're very pleased with how the contest turned out, and we're very happy that there was a lot of knowledge transfer. People were able to research and understand what World Standards Day is about. And I'm sure my colleague, Mr. Lloyd Orianos, the standards officer, has explained how important World Standards Day is. So that's all from my end, and I hope I provided enough information and answered all your questions. This is what our World Standards Day 2020 this year was all about. So thank you very much, and we hope to celebrate an even better World Standards Day next year.